You can hear me? Perfect. All right. So we back. I don't know what that was about. Hey! We was just on, but for some reason they couldn't hear me over here. So I had to get back on. And they said you late. They said you late. Number two, you late. Hey guys. Welcome in, y'all. Marked apps. All right, y'all. Before we get started tonight, I want to say welcome to everyone coming in. If you're new here, my name is Tina, and this channel is about healing, clarity, boundaries, and emotional growth after toxic relationships. Now, tonight we're talking about something that a lot of people don't want to admit. Why is it that you know someone wasn't good for you? You know the relationship was unhealthy, but somehow your mind still goes back to them. Some of you watching tonight are completely out of the relationship. Some of y'all are still in it, and some of you left a long time ago, but your mind still replays conversations. And if that's you tonight, tonight's conversation is going to bring you some clarity. Okay? Now, let me ask y'all something. Have you ever caught yourself replaying conversations in your head with someone you already know you shouldn't go back to? I want y'all to type yes in the chat if you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or give me some hearts. Y'all like them hearts? Give me some hearts if you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's right. Well, guess what? If you do, you're not alone in this. You are not alone in this, okay? And one of the first things people don't understand about toxic relationships is this. Your brain gets trained by emotional highs and emotional lows. And when someone love bombs you, give you attention, affection, promise future plans, y'all know what I'm talking about. It make you feel excitement, it make you feel hope, and it make you feel a connection. But when that same person suddenly withdraws or they become distant or they start treating you differently and your brain starts chasing that emotional high again. And that's how trauma bond forms. It's not just an emotional attachment. Your nervous system is getting used to the cycle. So when you're sitting there thinking about them, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means your brain is detoxing from an emotional pattern. Okay? Drop some hearts in the chat if y'all understand what I'm talking about. If this resonates with you, drop some hearts in the chat. So I want to ask y'all another question. Has anyone ever noticed that the moments you miss the most were the good moments and not the painful ones? They're always the good moments that you start reminiscing about, not the painful ones. That's because your mind starts replaying those moments of those highs. You start feeling those high moments and it starts chasing you back to the good times, but then you start to forget about the reality of the situation at hand. All right? So you got to understand, you don't really actually miss who they were. You really just miss who you believe they could be. And let that sit in. You don't really miss who they were. You really miss who you believe that that person could be. And when we love someone, we often fall in love with their potential. We fall in love with the potential of them, the person they could become. And healing requires something very uncomfortable. You have to accept that the version of them that you love may never actually have even existed. And that's real. You have to accept that the version of them that you love may actually never even existed. You miss the attachment to them. Have you ever stayed longer in a relationship because you believe the person would eventually change? A person can wear a mask for so long. That is absolutely correct. Some can and some can't. And that's why people have to understand there are different types of narcissistic people out here. Because you have some of them that'll show their true colors right off back. They can't help themselves. And then you have some that, oh, baby, they can take years. You have some narcissistic people that will wine you and dine you. They will bring all the flowers out from the Garden of Eden. And baby, them flowers don't mean nothing, but you should be pouring out some tears for water on them the next day because your eyes you're going to be really hurt because finding out them flowers don't really mean nothing. The honeymoon phase. Exactly. Exactly. So it's like, you got people that's out here in relationships that's delusional. People that's out here. How you doing, Raz? The gamer. How you doing? You have people out here, they think they are in relationships with married people. And they really think that they are in a relationship. How you doing? And they want a commitment. They want a commitment out of a married person, and they so delusional. They really set anniversaries and everything and wondering why they still secrets. So again, that's what we have to learn, how to start taking accountability for ourselves too, because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand that people are only going to do what you allow them to do, even when they know it's not right. And we live in a society where a lot of us, we expect, because we have a certain type of heart, that we expect for the next person to be like that. They can pretend to have that heart. But honestly, deep down inside, a person that continuously hurts you over and over and over and over and over again, you have to start to get to the point to understand that that person may never really even have liked you. No one that really loves you. Think about it. When you love somebody and you see them hurting, it hurts you to see them hurt. So you try to do everything and anything in your power to, comfort them, to make them feel better, to be there for them, to give them that shoulder to lean on, to give them that support system. Because you love them. But if they don't give you the same thing in return, And when you're hurting and they can't support you, love you, comfort you, reciprocate the same thing in return that you give to them, and they constantly okay with seeing you cry, after you constantly explain your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your likes, your dislikes to them, that's when you've understood that they have become comfortable with not understanding you and the possibility of, you can't love me. You don't really even like me, because somebody that loves me and like me, they only want my best interests at heart. They never want to see me hurt. It would hurt them to see you hurt if they really love you. And that's the truth. So, you know, and you get yourself into, conversations. You start having conversations with yourself thinking that you've done something wrong. Then you start to do the self-blaming, that you start to try to figure out different ways. Well, maybe if I try this, maybe if I do this, maybe if I wouldn't did that, maybe if I didn't say this, maybe if I don't say that, you start battling back and forth with yourself, and then you're sending yourself through a constant whirlwind that's never going to end. While this person is over here, they enjoy you being confused. If y'all understand what I'm saying, drop a heart in the chat. And that's why people replay conversations, like, like I said, like you're trying to understand what went wrong. And the truth of it is, closure doesn't always come from the other person. Sometimes closure comes from clarity. And clarity is when you stop asking why they did what they did and start accepting that their behavior already told you everything that you need to know. And that's why actions always prove why words mean nothing. So usually I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays nights, 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. But I'm going to come on again tomorrow, and we're going to do a bonus one on mates keeping you a secret. If you're dealing with a mate or have dealt with a mate and they are keeping you a secret, that will be the live for tomorrow night, 9:45 p.m. If you like this live, if you resonated with this live, I want you guys to like, subscribe, and share. I honestly want you guys to bring your notebooks, pens, and paper tomorrow, because it's going to get real. Tomorrow night, we are opening up. We are opening up some new doors tomorrow. Tomorrow night is going to be a night where we open up about a lot of different things. I think I'm going to start doing maybe every other Saturday of bringing it out. Maybe we'll call putting it out there. Okay? And again, I told y'all, if anybody have anything, any topics you want to discuss, anything you want to talk about, we do have a chat, a community. You can drop it in there. You can leave it in the comments here. This is your family. This is your home. This is your safe space. All right? And, I have to leave you guys with a scripture. And tonight I want to share Isaiah 43:18 through 19. It says, "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing." I'm going to read that again. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. This scripture is powerful because it reminds us that constantly replaying the past can keep us emotionally tied to it. And healing sometimes means choosing not to dwell there anymore. All right? So again, tomorrow night, 9:45 p.m., I need y'all to have them notebooks, pens, and pads. Come with your ears open. It's going down. All right? So, again, if tonight's conversation resonates with you, I have healing workbooks and guides that help people move through this process step by step. The link is always in the description, and they're designed to help you move forward emotionally from emotional confusion to clarity and confidence. All right? So before we close tonight, guys, I want to ask y'all one last question. Do you feel like you missed a person or the idea of who you believe they were? Do you feel like you missed a person or the idea of who you believe they were? Again, some of you watching tonight are still in a relationship. Some of you are trying to leave. And some of you left years ago. But the emotional impact is still something you're working through. But healing begins the moment you start choosing truth over the illusion. Truth over the illusion. And around here, we always choose clarity over comfort, all right? Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who might need to hear it. Like I said, I go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday night, 9:45 Eastern. But we will be back on tomorrow night, Saturday, 9:45 Eastern. And I'll see you guys on the next live. I love you guys. Peace and blessing upon you all. Good night.